guapetones, hoy os traemos el vídeo de
México salvó la vida
y hizo libre a este chico.
I would honestly say that coming to Mexico has definitely saved my life.
Vamos a ver este mini documental. Tenéis el canal del creador abajito en la descripción. Son vídeos bien padres, la verdad,
And I'm from Clown Falls, Oregon, and I currently live in Buenos Aires. My parents came across the border maybe around when my middle sister was 4 or 5 years old. It was definitely before I was born. They definitely want us to have a better life than what they had in the past. Because when they lived in Mexico, it was a bit of a struggle because there wasn't that much opportunity in Mexico during that time. And my parents were thinking, you know, what if we go to America? We want you guys to go to college. We want something easier than what we had when we were younger. My parents were very traditional back in Oregon. We would always go to church every Sunday. I would always hang out with my friends. And I also loved just going to school. And one day I woke up and I remember telling my mom, you know, I don't feel like I want to go to school today. Just my stomach hurts. And she's like telling me, well, you can stay if you want. But I just told myself, well, I need to go to school. I just need to start finishing some stuff because I was having a test during that day. And when I came back home, I went to my door. It was slightly open. So I just came in. Things were still turned on. And I started looking around thinking, what's going on? Maybe they left. Maybe they went to a quick grocery run. Maybe they forgot something. A couple minutes later, my cousin came in. And he just said, hey, Pablo, we need to get going. And at first I told him, like, well, I'm just waiting for my mom or dad to come back home. He's like, no, Pablo, it's serious. We need you to get going. And then that's when it kind of hit me that something was wrong. And I went to my cousin's house. And that's where my aunt started telling me, she was crying on the phone. She didn't tell me what was going on until about 10, 20 minutes later. So the whole tension was there. And she just finally told me what happened. And I didn't believe her at first. I didn't know what was going on. Never even heard of this whole immigration thing. And I didn't hear any news from my parents for a solid 3 months until they just came back one day. And I was really happy thinking, finally done. And then that's when my dad told me that they're only allowed to stay here for about a month or two. And then they need to go back to Mexico. And it was just an extremely bittersweet moment. You finally get to see them, but it's just all bad news.
Wow.
During that time period, I just started living by myself with my sisters. And they were kind of essentially my parents for the entire duration of my childhood. I didn't really want to hang out with people. I started kind of developing negative habits, like starting to have trust issues with people, keeping it short with everyone, just a general negative person after the whole experience. I started putting on weight a little bit afterwards when they were gone. It was kind of my only, like a little bit of an escape from everything that was going on. So in 2019, I was working as a janitorial service for Nike. And it was a fun time because I actually made some friends inside the building, just got along with everyone, kind of building connections to maybe work with them. And once COVID hit, during COVID, my eating habits were about slightly the same, maybe worse-ish, because it was just being bored, just sitting around. You're just kind of wondering like, oh, what are we gonna do? Because I was close to like 400 pounds around that period, maybe even more so. Because I'm pretty sure I may have lost some weight during that period, but I was definitely around the 400s. I started to look through social media posts, and then I started seeing a whole lot of stories of people saying, oh, I gained a whole lot of weight. And then there's another group that's saying, oh, I lost a bunch of weight. And after just seeing a whole bunch of posts like that, that's when it kind of triggered me saying, you know what, I want to come out of this as a winner, so I want to just lose some weight. And at some point, that's where I called my mom.
Pues yo me sentí muy emocionada porque iba a venir a ayudarme a trabajar porque nosotros, yo y mi esposo somos solos aquí y gracias a Dios aquí está y nos está apoyando.
Initially the plan was that I could just come over here, start working out and do all that stuff and maybe do a little bit of things in the first day, but I was like, I wanted to take more responsibility in helping them out.
¿Y Pablo es un buen trabajador?
No mucho, pero sí me ayuda, sí.
And then as soon as I got here, that's when my dad hooked up with one of his family friends who's a doctor. He owns like a practice in Puerto Vallarta. And I was just there meeting with a nutritionist that he appointed me with. And she told me like, oh, this is what you have to do. This is the plan. Oh, the food is boring, bland, blah, blah. But I was serious and I forced myself in it no matter what. I would just have a shake in the morning, a bit of a stronger meal in the middle of the day. And after that, just water. And the first month, they were very impressed with how much I lost weight because they did prescribe me with some medications to help boost my metabolism just so I could start working out more. And then after a month, that's when I started walking around.
Bueno, la historia es difícil. A veces estas cosas pasan por historias difíciles como una deportación en este
caso. Once you lose about 20 pounds, that's when you feel it. You feel a whole difference in your body. Since we moved to Mexico after the first year, I did lose about 125 pounds, which is quite a lot. And my nutritionist was very happy with me.
Totalmente.
Weight, I would like to be around maybe the 210s.
México, pues en este caso le
Like I
cambió
just
la
want to
vida,
just
¿no?
feel fit
Se
and
la
happy. I
salvó,
want to
como
know how
dice
it
él,
feels
¿no?
like to be fit for once.
O sea, al fin y al cabo, pues mirad que mucha gente pues habla de que en México también se comen cosas que no son saludables, bla, bla, bla. Obviamente yo lo que sé es que en Estados Unidos sí que es verdad que
En
se lleva una
Estados
vida
Unidos yo
muy
creo que
insana.
Es mucho
Y
peor,
al final es lo que ha dicho él al principio, le salvó la vida porque tú cuando estás en un extremo tan fuerte que en kilos, 180 kilos es muchísimo, o sea, es un extremo ya muy delicado y fue a México y le dieron una buena dieta,
suerte,
¿no?
no,
Le
nutrición.
ayudaron y aparte de eso pues le enseñaron a hacer deporte para realmente ayudarlo y eso es salvar la vida, puede parecer tonto pero no sabes en el riesgo que te estás
sí,
metiendo cuando te dejas de cuidar.
Sí, es
y
importante
tanto
todo
que se
eso.
dice, pues mirad qué ejemplo de México con este chico.
And during that same time, my mom was like, let me see if I can like wrap my hands around you. And she was able to. She was able to kind of do that to me. And that's when it hit me like, yeah, I actually lost a lot of weight. In the sense like it helped kind of reconnect with my mom too.
Estoy muy orgullosa de él por las metas que quiere seguirle él y pues echarle ganas, apoyarlo para que él cumpla su meta.
And it's
Qué
kind
buena
of
madre.
fun all loving here too. And that's just something I'm not used to in the States because I'm just such a loner from over there. You don't really have like much friends. I have no real family really except my sisters, but we all kind of like moved apart at some point. And just kind of like getting all that love over here, that's different.
Las personas que vienen
Nice.
aquí, que son mis clientas, le llaman Pablito, Pablito, ¿qué estás haciendo, Pablito? Ay, Pablito, quiero esto, Pablito. Puro Pablito. Sí, son muy cariñosas con él.
Claro,
Aunque casi
tienes
no
que-
las entiende, pero él pasa riéndose con ellas, porque casi no comprende qué le dicen.
Just like to hold him like this and just expect him just to see what he does. And I have like a pet parrot named Footsies. He used to be like a really shy bird. He used to be in a weird cage that I was not happy with. I started kind of seeing that old cage as a bit how I used to be too, because the old thing was just dangerous and not fun. And I got him a new one that he's more happy. I'll let him out in the fruteria. You don't necessarily have to come to Bucerias or Mexico in general to change your life. But for me, that was definitely the right choice. Coming here for over 3 years now, I can honestly say coming to Mexico has definitely saved my life.
Wow.
Well, visit the family life for the first time.
Oh,
I'm just pretty excited.
les dieron
Most of them
permiso
want
para
that, because
poder
my
ir a
sisters are
México.
finally they came from the United States back here
Entendido,
to
¿no?
Mexico.
Que
Yeah,
decías.
la
how
hermana
long
ahora
has it
viene,
been
¿no?
since they've been here?
Sisters, boludo.
Probably over 30 years, actually.
Yeah.
So they last seen my mom and dad 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. And now they just finally came back here. And
So your parents haven't seen them since they left the United States.
yeah,
And today they picked them up.
my mom, before they left, she was like, oh, I just have butterflies in my stomach because this is finally happening, which thank God.
Yeah.
This is my sister Alondra.
Hola, Alondra.
Kenya.
In Kenya, you're the fruteria is named after you, right? That's very cool.
You can tell who's the favorite of the family.
You are the middle child. They had to give you a little love, right? Yeah, and ¿estás emocionado? ¿Emocionada?
Mucha emoción, mucho gusto. Gracias a Dios que están aquí ya.
Sí.
And then my parents we haven't seen for 13 years.
How does it feel like to see your mom again?
It's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody has aged,
Yeah.
but it's just the greatest feeling to be able to visit my mom and my dad and see them again.
Yeah. And was it hard to like make the arrangements to come here and do that?
Yeah, because we are Dreamers, we're DACA recipients, so obviously we needed to, and you know, put a lot of paperwork into this and get the permission to come and visit our family.
Yeah.
But we're here, we're glad,
Yeah.
we're happy.
Yeah. What was the initial feeling when you saw your mom? Did your mom and dad pick you up?
Yeah, they went to the airport. We started crying. We were a little tipsy because they gave us tequila shots right before we came out. So yeah,
Oh,
we were a
did you-
little extra emotional.
Did they get you in the timeshare area?
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
tequila shots?
tequila shots and margaritas. We're like, okay, yeah, and kept talking, and yeah, we get a little tipsy. And we came out more emotional for sure.
Maybe it helped a little bit.
Yeah, I did. The extra tears.
Yeah, very good. How did you feel when you saw your mom and dad?
Emotional. She came from behind the crowd and I just spotted her and just ran to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty nice to see. I was only 18 when they left, so right after my graduation, so they had a bounce. So yeah, a lot of tears. For like just all the emotions coming up the whole week. I was just nervous.
Sure.
Just like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna see? Who am I gonna talk to? Yeah, the language, I have to revert everything, translate in my head, and some words don't come naturally anymore, so I'll just use my phone.
There you go.
So, yeah.
I have these translator earbuds. I could let you borrow them if you guys want.
think I'll be okay.
¿Dónde está el esposo?
Está en la otra frutería. Está trabajando todavía.
Okay.
Ajá, está trabajando y no pudo.
Okay.
Pero allá está. Ahorita vino y nos trajo.
Sí.
Y se volvió a ir.
Does he look like he lost weight?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the efforts, we see the pictures, the videos.
Yeah.
So he's done great. I know initially he wanted to come in and do surgery, and they kind of convinced him to just do, try it on his own. And it was awesome that he did it on his own. And he's trying very hard to keep going. So we're proud of him.
Oh,
Qué
tío.
bonito.
No manches, de una deportación, no de unos padres, la familia mexicana
Animalito.
siempre sale para adelante.
Hola, amigo.
Ah, no manches.
Oh, Dios, me emociona un montón el final. Dios mío, cómo le cambió la vida. Sinceramente creo que es algo precioso, es algo que realmente pasa mucho en México, de eso de que pues la familia se tiene que ir a Estados Unidos, pues en este caso es una desgracia que los deportaron en este sentido, pues porque tenían sus hijos ahí, querían que ellos siguieran la vida ahí,
siguieron y él se fue
y
con
el
los
hijo
papás.
también, pero él decidió hace 3 años irse con sus padres y le cambió la vida totalmente.
Qué
perdió
bueno.
peso, él tenía tenía la idea de operarse y en México le motivaron para hacerlo
no.
él solo. Me parece precioso, una historia súper bonita de
Increíble.
superación, y esos padres, pedazo de padres que han aguantado tantos años sin ver a sus hijos, simplemente para brindarles un futuro mejor.
Los
¿no?
mexicanos no dejan de sorprender, la verdad, son
Totalmente.
una fuente de inspiración, ¿no? De motivación, de, tío, sea como sea, hay que salir para adelante, y como esta familia, pues, pum, deportación, ahora frutería, tío,
Sí,
puro
sí,
emprendedor,
sí,
puro
sí.
emprendedor, gente con ganas de trabajar, gente de ganas de levantar el país, de levantar el mundo, es increíble, es súper admirable por mi parte, la verdad, os admiro muchísimo, familia de guapetones, este vídeo se merece un buen like.
Suscríbanse
Y nos vemos
en el próximo vídeo.
¡Mua!